EGM Network.
Welcome to the Cindy and Christi Show. I'm Cindy O'Dare.
And I'm Christi Knight.
And I am so happy to have Christi back in the studio. She was out last week, and I know she's excited to talk about why she was out. That'll be fun to hear.
It is. I'm so excited to be back with you also. But if you're just first-time listeners, it is the Cindy and Christi Show. A little background. Thanks for joining us today. Cindy and Christi have been together a long time. We're just old-time friends.
30 years.
30 years. We've been in business together. We've supported one another, coached one another, cheerleaded one another, raised kids together, gone through sobriety. So
ups and downs together.
Ups and downs, turns back, and tons of fun and laughs. And we have so many things in common and learned from each other. So we thought a podcast together could be really fun. Again.
Yes.
We've been on air before together.
Yeah. Well, we need to catch up because we haven't talked in a while.
Yeah.
And I am dying to hear about your new grandson. Can you tell us about it? What happened? I know I was getting text all hours of the night.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Oh my God, I'm excited. Oh, this is going on. That's going on. So, give our
So we
listeners
brought in
a taste.
2026 really well. Last time we were on the show, it was 2025. We were talking about the new year.
Yes.
I didn't know if the baby would be born in December.
Yes.
Or in 2026. Turns out he was in January. His name's Dawson. Very exciting. But we closed out. I thought he was going to be born on my birthday, but instead I got engaged on my birthday.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Hey,
that.
I have a couple milestones, Cindy.
You do.
Which then makes my fiance, soon to be husband, a granddad. Going to be a granddad.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so that's really
so
exciting. So coming into 2026, January was touch and go. I really thought she was going to have that baby in December. So we welcomed a healthy, beautiful baby boy.
How big was he? Do you know all that
8 pounds,
stuff?
1 ounce.
He was 8 pounds?
Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah, he's just
And he had
head
a
of
full
hair.
head of hair.
Yeah, dark hair. And it's just so far, he was a week yesterday. So that's why I missed last week with you. But I love the show and I love to be back here. And now I understand what that feeling is.
Yes, what it is to be a grandmother.
Yeah, wow. I'm still processing.
It's crazy because here we are, friends for 30 years. So what, we were in our 30s when we first met.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, we were in our
So that's what our children are now. I just thought of that. And it's so nice when you have a friend for a long time because that history can really never be altered. That history is everything. And for us, when I say ups and downs, there's been a lot, but we've had so much fun all along the way. And now that you're a grandmother, and I have been for 1 year and 2 months with my little Camellia, it's just such a different world. It really is.
Yeah, don't you find out, so I was also so excited, that feeling of we've evolved so much since we were that age. And I feel like they're wiser eyes that I'm looking through. Yeah. Maybe a heart that's even more open. We've grown. And so, and then to watch your daughter love something so much and become motherly naturally. I mean, I can't say enough about how much it has touched me already. And I've watched many of you and my friends be grandparents. And I never envied it. I watched it. I loved it. I was so happy and found joy in it. It's not until you're actually one that you get it.
Yeah.
And many people have reached out to me and welcome to the club.
Same.
Yeah.
Same with me. Yeah. And I didn't ever envy it. I never even thought about it. And so many of my close friends are grandmothers. But it was just never kind of in my, I don't know, my brain or something. So it was very unexpected.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of my daughter, Lily, and the kind of mom she is. And I don't think anybody's ever loved me as much as Camellia. So you just watch as Dawson gets older. I mean, she screams when she sees me.
I know. It's so exciting.
It's just very, very sweet.
And you can send me pictures of Camellia all the time.
I know.
It's not just my grandson that I want to see.
Yes.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's fun. So
it's a new stage of life.
Yeah.
And we love sharing. And this stage of life for me has been joyous and very easy. I think that's the best way to put it. You know, when you're young and you're a new mom and oh my God, it's a lot of work. It is so much work. It's pretty hard. And until you're older and you look back, you think, how did I ever get through that?
I know.
But, you know, you get through it and you come out the other end. And here we are now. For me, I'm in maybe the last stage, the last act, or whatever you want to call it, as you get older. And I've become that person that I want a very good life. I don't want aggro. I really don't want stress, which is why I love yoga and I love the sound bowls and I love to meditate. And all those things that you hear about have become a really important part of my life. I know for your life too.
Yeah. So, I've thought about that because we talked about doing a podcast and I love talking about growing old gracefully, but I wanted to change that verbiage because I don't like the word growing old right. Just living wiser, longer, healthier.
Living longer, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think so many people identify with that. But what we found out is moving your body and is so, so important in getting in touch. And I think it's good for our own daughters to see if we're doing it. It's just setting that tone for the way that they will grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so too. And I know for myself, I still have lots of pep. I still work full time. You, on the other hand, have quote unquote retired.
Hey, I'm always working in my head.
Lasts.
We're trying to quiet my brain. I have things in this head all the time I want to do.
Well, Christi, you are a creative, and I've always admired that about you. I love creatives. I love to be around people that are that. That's what I am really attracted to, my tribe. And I think going into, I'm not going to change the subject to AI, but as we see our world changing, the creatives, the artists, the ballet, the opera, the music, all my rock bands that I love, that is going to become so much more powerful and so much more necessary in our world, don't you think?
I think it's what makes the world go around. Mm-hmm. And I think the people who really feel and embrace it the importance of it will stay. Mm-hmm. We can get into a whole AI thing. Can they utilize it somehow? I don't know. But boy, do I love the arts and music and anything to do with creative.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you one thing. I did buy a book on it. I am studying it. Everybody says AI is going to be replacing realtors at some point. I don't think that'll happen for me because we're very concierge in my business. We're very hands-on, and the kind of buyers and the people that I work with really need that and want that.
Yes.
But I could see a day come where, a lot of things will be taken over, which is why more than ever, I hope we have music in school and art in school and the children get to experience all that. And most of all, nature. Mm.
Nature. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I love that. I think that's really important. Back to the AI in your business. I've been in sales, customer service, like full on, full believer in that. The customer experience is so important.
Yeah.
I think AI would only be in the very initial, more transactional, but not for that one-on-one. And that's what makes you and your company,
I think, irreplaceable. Yes. Yeah.
And we just have to keep it. I know for me, if I'm making a big purchase or buying something, there's nothing better than customer service. Listen, I don't know if I could say AT&T. I had to sit on the phone, but the final woman that solved my problem, she and I connected on the phone. Now, I worked at my end too. Yeah. Instead of going in angry.
Right.
But in the end, she solved it and did more for me than I thought. It took a long time, but that was a person. Do you know how long it took for me to push through computerized people?
Yes.
To get through.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yes. Yeah, but it's true. And I think in our world today, if we can be patient, be kind, give people that presence, like to be there when you're with somebody, to be present, to be listening, to be, a part of whatever it is they're saying, to give them your, it's your respect, really.
Yeah. So there was one of my favorite quotes, and I've used it before. I think it was Eleanor Roosevelt. You won't remember exactly what someone might have said to you, but you will remember how they made you feel.
I love that.
I've taken that with me.
I love that. Well, you have such good energy. Don't you think that really we pick up on people's energy?
Oh, for sure.
We
have to duck and dodge sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's something that you learn.
Yeah.
The more you interact and you work with people, that becomes a natural art.
Yeah. And I think when we're younger, it's almost like we want a million friends. But as I've gotten older, I just want those people that I feel good around and that I can make them feel good. And, well, they talk about boundaries. I guess I'm talking about boundaries. People that are good energy. I don't want to be around complainers. I don't want to be around, just that negative kind of vibe. I love my office, my team. I really put together a wonderful team of realtors, and all I looked for was good energy. I wasn't looking at your production. I wanted to know that you were good, you were kind, you could laugh, and we would all have a blast.
Oh my gosh. To me, that's the key to success in a business. And I've battled that when I went into the corporate world a bit. And they were so uber focused on resumes and background rather than consistency or what they have or drive. That's a big problem for me.
Yeah.
Realizing that not everybody, but the truly successful businesses, and if you want to keep people, you got to look for something more. You can always learn what's in that resume, but to have somebody who's trustworthy, a go-getter, wanting to learn, grow, that's amazing. I love your team. I love seeing when you sit around and you do that once a week.
Well, we do it once every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a business coach, Joe McAuliffe. He comes in every week, and so we work with him. But I think we have to take a break. You and I start talking, and we will take a break.
Is it time, Jess?
Back before you know it.
We'll be right back.
There's one Broadway musical critics are calling despicable, diabolical, unseemly, and, oh yes, ingenious. The New York Times calls it amongst the most inspiring musical in years. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Don't miss the bloody brilliant winner of the Tony Award for Best Musical and the new undisputed king of musical comedy. A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. Now playing through February 1st at the Riverside Theater. Get tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
It's Bluegrass Night every Thursday at Marsh Landing Restaurant. Enjoy our famous swamp water with down-home favorites like frog legs, fried chicken, and peanut butter pie. The music starts at 6:30 every Thursday. Call for reservations. Bluegrass Night at Marsh Landing in Fellsmere.
Healthy retirement starts at Treasure Coast Community Health. Short waits, easy scheduling, on-site services, wellness visits, chronic care management, and same-day sick visits. Call 772-257-8224 or visit tcchinc.org.
At Evergreen Media, we know the people, the businesses, and the work needed to take your marketing to the next level. We know where locals go to shop, work, and have fun.
We're here to focus on your local advertising so you can focus on your business. This is our home. This is our business. Evergreen Media. We market, you grow.
And welcome back to the Cindy and Christi Show. I am Christi Knight.
And I'm Cindy O'Dare. Welcome.
Yeah, so if you are just tuning in with us, we're in our second segment. We've been having a good time. We're just two girls who have basically grown up together.
That's so
if you
true.
want to say it right.
Yep.
From the time we're in their 30s, and now we won't tell you how long. Just you guess.
Yeah. I'll say 60s.
Yeah, 60s. But so we were just kind of catching up. It's the new year. Cindy and I, some big milestone things came up, but we like to have some conversations and shows that are conversations. So many people identify with different things. In our last segment, I mentioned a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yes.
And, you know, that was a woman. Another woman that is huge for me is Maya.
Oh, Maya Angelou.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Just anything that she says, I get just scrolling and listening to her empowerment. And I always wanted to talk to you about, there's a couple really women in my life, besides obviously my mother.
Yes.
That were pinnacle in my growth in business.
Yes.
Kind of pushed me. And, you know, they were all kind of really tough women.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of women in my life. My friend Marcy, her mom, was a very tough businesswoman. But my very first job was working for her in a restaurant. And what I learned in a restaurant, I still use every day of my life in business.
Yeah, see, I love that.
Oh my gosh, when I interview people for a job, I always say, hey, have you ever been a waitress? Have you ever been a waiter? Have you ever worked in a restaurant? Because it is probably the hardest job on planet Earth. And if you can learn how to navigate the ups and downs of really serving, I think you can do anything.
I think that should be just the name of this segment. You can do anything. There are so for me, it was in the fashion business.
Yes.
Well, first actually was television production. My mom was beautiful. And I was just like kind of this little bird. I looked like my dad.
Yeah.
But I gravitated, and save a long story, but into working in Palm Beach, modeling. And all these girls were just like 6'2", and I was 5'8".
Yeah.
And
which is still tall.
June Marvin was the person who was the coordinator then at Jacobson's in Palm Beach. And she just like gave me that opportunity and she was just bold. And then it was Lee King, who was another one. And then Lee left, and it turned out I became Lee King.
I didn't know any
And then
of
I
this.
became a fashion coordinator.
I knew that, and you were
So
fantastic.
I went from like doing the modeling to remembering never feeling like maybe I was there, but my mom never made me feel that way.
Yeah.
Like she put me out there. I felt like I looked in the mirror. I didn't look like those gals. But anyway, it was just like that was the beginning of just pushing through. And these women were tough. It wasn't like they were like, oh, Christi, give you a break. It just, but I watched and it just from that point forth, it turned into the TV show. And,
yes.
And just things that you never think you could do. I even tell my daughter, Brahman, who's a professional photographer, send your stuff to the best of the best.
Yes.
Don't hold back because you feel that maybe you're not ready or it's not enough. You should just never doubt. And I'm always, You're that way, Cindy. Nothing scared you. Like when we did TV with you and you,
Right.
it was just like
Natural.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am that way for sure.
So any woman like that were, you know,
Well, I can say this. I love that you brought up the strong women and mentors. I've always had mentors my whole life, even starting when I was in high school. And, I learned really important lessons from my grandmother.
yes.
She's probably the most important person in my life, and I think about her every day. And now here I am as a grandmother, and I hope I can do as good of a job,
Yeah.
She just taught me without teaching me. It was so natural.
I know.
And I don't want to be like lecturing and saying, here's what you do, here's what you don't do, or anything like that. But all along my whole entire life, I would look at different people and think, I want to be successful like them. I want to copy them. I want to watch them. I want to do what they do. And I think that has been a real positive for me.
Yeah. Well, there was one other woman, and of course my grandparents and my family, but there was a general manager who gave Angie and I a chance in Two Chicks Productions, and we started a show for WPBF. And she's still around, but she was a general manager of an ABC affiliate TV station for a long time. I want to get her. Her name's Vicki Reagan. I've already reached out to her. I want her on the show.
That would be so
I want to
great.
talk to her. But she gave us that chance. She was like, wow, you girls are something. Like,
yes.
who do you remember anybody who kind of opened doors like that for you?
100%.
Like anyone
I'm
that
so
you could
glad
bring on
you
the show?
asked that
Yeah.
because, the people that opened doors for me were when I was 19, I started Home at Last, and I was in the music business for a very long time. It was a man's world, 100%.
Yeah.
And, I tell Lily and Katie things about when I was coming up in the world. They really can't even believe the stuff. But, and their world is very different today. But there were, I had mentors at the studio, Mac Emmerman and Tommy Dowd. He was a great producer, and Mac Emmerman owned Criteria Studios. But we were kids. Jerry and I were kids. We were little girls almost. And these were two big, powerful men who treated us as equals.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And they just believed in us. Everything we did, they just thought was so fantastic. And before you knew it, we had this very, very successful business going. So what I say to people is never say no. If you doubt yourself, that's okay. You said I'm never scared or I always do these things. Christi, I'm almost always scared before I do it.
Yeah.
But I do it anyway.
That's right. You push through.
Push through.
The bottom line really with that is as adults, adult children, whatever we are, we're wiser. But you all can, and we all can change somebody's path in life just by giving someone that opportunity that maybe. So always keep your eyes open. Listen, it's up to us to mold the future of the children who are the future of our world. And I think it's just so good as people in business and life. If you see someone who wants to do something, take them and help them.
Exactly. And that's how I feel right now. I want to help kids. I want to help people. I mentor so many realtors and just young people that are looking for a job. I've got a young gal coming in this week, and she's going to do a faux interview with me. She's a wreck. She's got an interview coming up, and I hope I can help her.
I hope you can help her, too. I hope that we helped everybody today in the show.
Yes.
We can keep talking, so I hope that you tune in next time for the Cindy and Christi Show. You never know what we're going to talk about next. We had so much more, but it just happened.
I know, it's too fast.
I love you, girl.
So see you next time,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Peace out.
Peace out.